Alright, everyone, I'm coming back in. I'm taking the red-eye flight back to back to California here. So, anyways, check in early. You know, the best way to travel is really with no luggage. Um, well, no carry-on anyway. Um, that's my opinion. Just through going through all the checkpoint back through there and everything. That's kind of a pain in the neck, but anyways, I'm early, so that means I'll get to get something to eat here and hopefully have some food on the plane with me. So let me cut out and cut back in later. Here I am on the plane, and it's a night flight, so can't see too much. There's my dinner. So, like I said, flying is probably best when you have at least things with you. I personally just take carry on. Anyways, let me cut in and cut out. Well, everyone, I made it in one piece. So here I am, back in good old California. Got things to take care of here, things to do. Got some plans to make, all in the day's work of building the new world. Anyway, it's the red eye, the cheapest flight I can take. I'm not into really spending money on myself or anything like that, because all my effort, all my work goes into other people, and also creating the new world. So I don't get to really indulge on all the things that I want to do, and I just take what I need. Oh, look at those nice little weird globe things. Walking around the airport late at night, it's kind of strange. Really looks abandoned and everything. Anyways, let me cut out and I'll cut back in later. Hello everyone, welcome back. In this episode of Bitcoin in Real Life. Here I'm on the Bitphoenix site here, and I can confirm that deposits are still disabled, and this is kind of what they say, that let me see, the reason for the delay is due to complications with your US balance associated with our US banking partners. We are working in conjunction with these partners to restore full service to your account as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. So deposits in any shape or form, wires, Bitcoin. Let me check if there's a Bitcoin, what it says about Bitcoin here. Let me see here. Yeah, okay. Any deposits. I clicked on the Bitcoin deposit. Nope, doesn't show anything. So it seems like, and let me see withdrawals as well. Let me see if I can just do a Bitcoin withdrawal. And yep, even the withdrawals are also disabled. I don't know if it's just me or just US customers or what the deal is. I don't know how withdrawals are affected with my banking partner, because or at least my Bitcoin withdrawal. But just goes to show, there we go. Temporarily disabled for your account while we finalize your accounting and balances. Must be hard to account for 3 cents and 0.03 bitcoins Let me see. The reason for the delay is due to complication with your U.S. balance, which is 3 cents, associated with banking partners. We are working in conjunction with these partners to fully restore full service restore full service to your account as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. So withdrawals, deposits are disabled. Unable to trade any of my BFX coins. I can only sell them. And if you look at the price in which they're asking price for this. Excuse me. Let me get that in focus here. You can see right here. Let me see here. Gosh darn it. Okay, so you can see right here, BFX to US dollar 37 cents. It's actually gone up. BFX to Bitcoin 0.051. So anyways, as a US customer, I can only sell into these. I can't even buy any of this. And not only that, I can't even deposit or withdraw. So I don't know how they expect to make all people whole again, especially US customers, if they're not even allowing deposits or withdrawals to or from US customers. So I don't know how they're expecting people to realistically trade on this platform. But yet let me see here. This is Bitstamp, but if you go to Bitfinex, they're still trading. They're still trading. Ironically, you can see the flat line here for this is on an hour flat line, and then ever since they've come on. Ever since they come back online, it's been a downtrend. So I just want to give you that update, in which you can see that apparently it's still disabled and still not usable, at least for me and any U.S. customers, which is fine, because I don't really plan on really trading here at this moment in time. And they also sent out an announcement or notice when I logged back in. Let's see if I can find that. No, I can't. Oh. Anyways, when I log back in, they have an announcement saying, they're looking into it, they're getting audited, but they don't know how or why. I would have to say, if I had to speculate on this whole thing, on the Bitfinex hack here, see Bitfinex hack, I would have to say that it most likely was, I would have to say, inside job. I mean, most of these exchange hacks or thefts or whatever, most of these cryptocurrencies that have been hacked, or these exchanges that have been hacked, or the sites have been hacked, seem to be I mean, everything points to an inside person or persons. It wouldn't be hard to infiltrate into an organization. Wouldn't be hard to have someone turn within these organizations. It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's not like if you wired money somewhere, the money is basically free. No, they're going to reverse that. And the reason why a lot of people would target Bitcoin or use Bitcoin for theft and ransomware It's just that it just cannot be reversed. It cannot be unsent. You know. Now, whether they receive any benefit from this, I don't know. I don't know. They probably will. You know, the price of Bitcoin's pretty high. They just sell it below market. People will buy it because, you know, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to buy $1 million for $100,000, right? I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind at all. Um, I think you're a fool if you do, but that's all right. Anyway, so that's what's going on with Bitfinex, and so I wanted to share that with you. Kind of continuation from my last episode, which was Bitcoin in real life. What is it? Oh, something. Let me see. What was it? Let me check it out here. Hold on. Okay, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Bitcoin in real life. 25, episode 25, Bitfinex. So the continuation of that. So let's see here. Anyways, so still no trading, at least for me, or any deposits, or you know, for me to do anything. So, and I do believe a lot of U.S. customers definitely use Bitfinex. They were one of the easiest companies to work with as far as you know, buying Bitcoin from a non-U.S. Bitcoin exchange or cryptocurrency exchange. Um, so, anyways, I don't know how they expect to recover. Well, obviously they expect to recover by taking everyone's money and giving them these little what do they call them, Bitfinex coins in exchange for it. So I guess you could say they've recovered, but I don't know how they expect to make their customers whole again if they're not going to allow them to trade, withdraw, deposit, or anything. So this is going to be interesting. So that's that on the Bitfinex thing. And then let's take a look at some of the market cap here real quick and talk about some of those. Talk about some of that here. Okay. All right. Cryptocurrency market capitalization. Again on, what is it? CoinMarketCap.com. So anyways, let's take a look here because a lot of things are happening. And I'm just going to take a quick look here and just do a review here. And so there's a lot of things changing here. Bitcoin is still on top, along with the Ethereum core. Let's bypass Ripple. Anything with these little asterisks next to it, I just totally disregard. Steam has kind of moved up a little bit. Steam and Litecoin have been jumping up and switching places, as well as Ethereum Classic. A lot of things going on. So Ethereum Classic's still going. Interesting enough, if you look at the Ethereum this Ethereum and then that Ethereum, you see the volumes have started to change here. And so we'll see what happens. Dash has made a really good run up. And the reason I'm talking about other coins, if you're all wondering, it's not because I'm getting into other coins, but I think the market has shifted. And then the last thing I would consider is Monero, at least the top 10 that aren't have these little weird asterisks to it. So let's take a look at the graph here real quick, and let's see what kind of correlations are happening. It seems right now that a lot of correlation in the way things are done here is that hold on here, hold on. Let me open this up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so a lot of when I look at this, I mean, it's not current, it's just a snapshot, and this is a snapshot of probably opening day price or closing day price or something. But 7-day, you'll see that the price has been declining. Ethereum declining. Ripple, disregard. Steam kind of moved up recently, but overall declining. Litecoin declining. Um, Classic, I would consider rising because this is where it starts and this is where it ends, and this is lower, this is higher, rising. Dash definitely made a good climb up, and so as well as let's have a look at Monero. Monero also moved up. So you're seeing some interesting price effects where when Bitcoin, Ethereum, to some regard Steam, although in the last couple days it's moved up in price. Um, Litecoin and so basically all these other coins, they've generally have gone down in price, and then what's gone up is Dash and if I could just scroll down here now, and Monero for some reason. And I would only assume by looking at the price of those things is that could be people are leaving these coins to go into another coin for whatever reason. Uh, so a lot of things moving up. And the reason I'm talking about other coins is it's pretty apparent that um, when Bitcoin first came out, Bitcoin kind of was it, and a lot of people come and a lot of people go. Um, you know, it just happens. People start out, I guess, originally as Bitcoiners, and then when they don't get what they want, or they don't make any more money, or things don't go their way, um, I mean, whatever I'm sure all of you can find a reason, or come to a reason on your own of why people who would start out as Bitcoiners all of a sudden uh, not consider themselves Bitcoiners anymore and move on to something else and talk about how great Ethereum is, and then when things don't go their way again, they talk about Steam, and then when things don't go their way again on Steam, um, they'll talk about Litecoin or Classic or Dash, Monero. They'll start moving all over the place, and I'm seeing more and more of that, and I think it's just due to uh, just the way people are. They just they'll follow anything that at that moment in time serves their purpose, serves their needs. And a lot of people, they're looking for money. They're looking to enrich themselves. Um, it is a biased motivation because once they leave Bitcoin and go into something else, well, whatever they got into is the greatest, wonderful thing in the world since Bitcoin, even better. And you kind of see that through what was it, Ethereum. Like Bitcoin, Litecoin always kind of paired up naturally, from what I can tell. Um, it always seemed that way, Bitcoin, Litecoin. But when Ethereum came along, before that, before Ethereum, there were many other altcoins. Obviously, Dash and Monero, as you see on the list, even Litecoin. Um, and what else? Dogecoin or Dogecoin. Um, but for whatever reasons, um, they never really took hold like Bitcoin until Ethereum came along, and then all of a sudden I noticed a big rush to Ethereum, the original Ethereum core, um, and that was touted until all the mishaps happened there, and then Ethereum Classic was uh, was created through that. which I actually consider really the Ethereum Classic being the original Ethereum, and this Ethereum, Ethereum Core, is really an offshoot. So, people should really consider that, even though majority of people went with the offshoot, um, mainly due to greed, in my opinion, or they felt that they were wronged, and just like that, they should get their money back. Of course, that's not real life, is it? Um, that's one of the reasons why I think this particular Ethereum right here, um, I wouldn't trust it on its face value, um, just because of that reason. Once you start rolling back stuff and pandering to, um, if you start breaking some cardinal rules just to please your followers, your supporters, then you're not really being true to yourself, and you know, I judge things by not what people say, but what they do, and so that's how I that's how I judge things. Shouldn't you? It's not what people say; it's what people do. So, anyways, the reason I bring all this up is because I'm seeing a lot of people who maybe they were Bitcoiners in the beginning, and maybe they're still Bitcoiners now, but they've kind of diversified, mainly because Bitcoin was, for the most part, the cryptocurrency. But as more and more of these other tokens are being created, other blockchains, um, and an example of it is very similar to Steam. Um, it is a token, it is a blockchain, and it's a reward program put all together into a social media platform that essentially has made a product, which is the platform itself. And I'd like to talk a little bit about it because I have been lurking on the site. I haven't signed up, but what I can tell from that site, and what other people have been saying is basically, um, you know, some people who are popular will always be popular. Some people who always earn more than others will always earn more than others. And I think as time goes on and more people join into or sign up for Steemit, I think that's going to be just as true as any other platform. Um, if you already write a blog and you're on a blog platform, you're not going to make any more or any less money than the platform that you're already on. You can earn more by being on a different platform and earning income through those different various platforms. But if you're not making any money right now, just simply signing up to a Steemit website will not earn you any more than you're already earning right now. It takes time to, especially these social media sites or these content, uh, um, platforms where you provide the content and you get paid through the platform, either through creating tokens out of thin air and giving them to you, or through advertisement and then having that shared revenue through the advertisement. I don't think you're going to earn any more, any less than what you are right now. And I think it's going to show more as time goes on because, um, if you look at any other, content-driven platforms, um, you notice not a lot of people make a lot of money. Only a few people do, and they have a large following. So that's just the way it is. Just because you changed blockchain and you changed a platform and you changed cryptocurrency, doesn't change all that much for you. In my opinion, in general, not all the time, not every person. Some people seem to have done really well on Steemit, and others have not done much or about the same. So, anyways, my what I'm trying to get at is I think after Ethereum came along, I think a lot of these other alternative cryptocurrencies or tokens or other blockchains, um, they will be competing for users. And that could be good, that could be bad. The good part is, you know, you might get more of what you could demand more as a user and expect more. Um, it may not be through Bitcoin, but it could be through other alternative coins that fit your needs. Um, so that's the great stuff about it. The the drawback is you're gonna have to start all over again. You're gonna have to rebuild, or if you want to drag some of your followers onto this new thing, which most people try to do because they don't want to rebuild, they want to, take from one and port it over to the other, and that's possible. But in reality, that doesn't always happen. Porting your followers or porting your users from one system to another system is not always positive or doesn't always translate through. Um, and I'm sure you can find a lot of examples about that. Um, just because it's interesting to you and you're making money and you're benefiting doesn't mean your followers or your user base is going to follow you, um, especially when they're pretty happy where they are. Um, so, anyways, take it for what it's worth. The only reason I brought this up is I think altcoins are going to fulfill needs of the marketplace for what people want. And I think it's going to be more prevalent because in the beginning, most of these altcoins were, for the most part, pump and dumps, or they had no use, or they had no real world practical use. Time has gone. Some time has, ever since the creation of Bitcoin, a lot of people have learned from Bitcoin. And a lot of people have also learned from these other altcoins. And so they're learning and they're taking notes and they're building, I think, better altcoins or tokens or whatever you want to call them. And I think they're there for a reason because obviously there's a demand and there's people who want to use them. And so I don't have any problems with it. I think that's great. But in the end, I think anyone who wants to split off and think that, just because you split off and you did your own thing, that your followers or your user base is going to follow you, that's not the case. And that's proved by Ethereum and what they did, and that's how we got Ethereum Classic. So if you're a person who started out as a Bitcoiner and then you're moving on to another coin, and you're expecting your followers or your listeners or your user base to follow you to the new coin, they may do that the first time, maybe the second time, maybe even the third time, but how many times do you think you're going to follow them? Or they're going to be following you? You may even lose followers by doing that. And the only reason why you're moving is so it benefits you. Of course, if it was up to me and I created my own coin, yeah, I would want everybody to buy my coin, yeah. But the only reason I'm doing it is because it would benefit me. not necessarily any of my users or any of my followers or anything. Not that I have a huge following, but um, so anyways, I want to talk about that a little bit. But I do think that altcoins are going to be more prevalent, and they're not going to be in these pump and dumps. They're not going to be these little meme coins anymore. They're actually going to be serious coins. They're actually going to do serious things. Um, you may start seeing more platforms create their own tokens. I mean, even Bitfinex created their own token. What the hell? So, it's becoming, the lines are kind of blurring because cryptocurrencies, kind of like Bitcoin, and then these other platforms, and I'm going to point specifically to Steam, where they create a cryptocurrency along with rewards program and incentivization tokens and all this other stuff. You're starting to see reward program and currency and monetization start to get mixed in here to the point where you really can't tell the difference. Like what's a token versus a cryptocurrency, or if you know what I mean. Like I would consider Bitcoin an actual cryptocurrency because it's kind of used as a currency. It has a store of value. I do believe it is. It's easily, in my opinion, it is. I don't know if it's fungible, but I would say it is, because even though the thing is, you can have multiple wallets, and the total amount of Bitcoin, let's say you have 100 Bitcoins, but you have like 4 wallets and there are 25, 25, 25 Bitcoins in there. What's the value of one Bitcoin at any one of those wallets? One Bitcoin, whatever it is in value, whatever. Let's say 560 right now. If I take any one of those Bitcoin and I trade them for US dollars, I would get 560 or more, or less, depending on how I want to price it. So is it fungible? I think it is, because a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin is a Bitcoin. So it's definitely a currency, but some of these other coins, they're not quite currency, but I think a lot of people trade them like currencies, or trade them like stocks, or um, trade them like how they're trading Bitcoin, like how I trade Bitcoin. Biggest difference I see is that I don't see people buying and selling these other coins, Ethereum, Steam, Litecoin, Classic, Dash, Monero. I don't see that out on the streets. And I just don't see it. I don't see any main street use for these other coins. Not as much as Bitcoin. So until somebody actually comes to me and says, "Hey, I have some Ripple. Would you like to buy some?" Oh, not Ripple, but I have Ethereum Core. Would you like to buy some Ethereum Core? Or someone came up to me and said, "Hey, I have Steam it. I'll sell it to you for 157 spot price." Or I've had some people come up to me with Litecoin, so I know there's a market for that. Ethereum.
Avast virus database has been updated.
Thank you, computer. Thank you for interrupting my rant here. Ethereum Classic, no one's come to me. Dash, no one's come to me. And here's the weird part: it's not like I'm trying to hide myself. I mean, I make these videos for all of you to see, and ain't nobody ever approached me for any of these altcoins to sell to me. I mean, let's say at spot price, or even at any price. I think I might have had some people try to sell me like some ridiculous unknown coin for an exorbitant amount, of course I'm not going to take that. But let's just say spot price. I mean, that's better than going through the exchange. You don't even have to wait. You don't have to give me any information. I will just buy them for you. But guess what? No one's ever come to me. You know why? Because there's no market for it. There's no market for it. Um, your virtual reality should match up with your physical reality. If it doesn't, then something ain't right. Something's not matching up. Something's not working here. Your fantasy has gone off into a tangent that doesn't match up with physical reality. So if you all have like $1 million Steam dollars, well, try to get $1 million out of that. All right. I mean, if you have a million worth of U.S. dollars in Steam dollars, well, can you cash it out at once, right now? Because if you can't do that, it's not really your money, is it? It's somebody else's money that you get to, make a claim to. So that's the issue I have with in particular Steam, because that's how they operate. Problem with Ethereum, especially this one, in my opinion, is they rolled they rolled back the coins. Um, Litecoin, I've used Litecoin, but again, it's a smaller market than Bitcoin. And Ethereum Classic is going through the same thing, although it may have a little bit more of a real world market. It may, although I never had anybody try to sell me Ethereum peer to peer. I've never had anybody sell me Dash peer. I've had someone offer it to me, but again, they offered to me at a ridiculously high price, which I'm not going to buy. Why would I do that? I would just take my Bitcoin and exchange it, for a spot price. And then, same thing with Monero. Well, I don't know much about Monero, but um, the problem with Monero is no one has ever approached me saying, "Hey, would you like to buy some Monero from me for 223 or whatever?" No one. The only thing that I've ever done anything like that is with Bitcoin. And not only that, but a lot of people do that, peer-to-peer trading. And then I guess this takes me back to Bitcoin. I have been able to get some Bitcoin now, not as much as I want. It looks like it was really tight there, and I don't know if it was good luck or bad luck, but I couldn't get any Bitcoin, not even through Bitfinex. I don't use Coinbase. I don't use Circle. I don't use any of these other, consumer-facing Bitcoin selling companies or buying companies, Bitcoin buying companies, whatever they are. Something like Coinbase, something like Circle, even GDAX, which is Coinbase. Mainly because I have you know, my overall experience with them, or overall general experience, not that it's happened in particular, mostly through Coinbase, but it seems like they can just turn off the button on you, turn the off button on you at any time and turn the on button anytime. I mean, they can hold your coins, they can just hold you hostage to everything, even local Bitcoins. They control your coins. You don't control the coins at all. Um, Bitfinex has kind of been okay to work with, but now that they're going through all this hack or the theft of these coins, plus whatever strange thing they got going with U.S. customers, it seems like uh, there's there is a clampdown on Bitcoin specifically, and I think there might be a reason for that. I think that these other coins or people who are backing other coins, specifically, in my opinion, Ethereum, um, they are tightening the noose on Bitcoin availability because all these other coins have been a gateway through the use of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been the gateway to all these other coins, and I think uh, I I think there are some entities out there who don't like that, and they would like to see more market availability for their own particular coins. So you can just buy directly their own coin without trying to buy Bitcoin, and that's fine. But Bitcoin has been taking a lot of heat, a lot of abuse. Put it this way, if it wasn't for Bitcoin and all the things that Bitcoin has done, none of these other coins would ever exist. Bitcoin has been the leader, and the reason why I say been the leader is because it has led the way, and it has taken the abuse, it has taken the hits, it has been ridiculed, uh, persecuted, spit on, stoned, like people throwing stones, not getting high, but probably some Bitcoiners getting high too, getting whatever. Obviously, people have used Bitcoin to buy drugs, so they've been getting high. Um, but the point is that Bitcoin has taken on most of the work, a lot of it, all of it, I would have to say, just for these other coins to come into existence. And you know what scares me the most is I see a lot of people who were kind of big on Bitcoin at the beginning, and now when you hear them talk, um, they're trying to move away from Bitcoin or speak less about Bitcoin or marginalize Bitcoin. Um, I I don't have a problem with that, but at the same time, let's not forget, all this could have never happened without Bitcoin, and let's not forsake Bitcoin because it's done a lot for us all, right? And the people who created, you know, the blockchain for Bitcoin have essentially have not taken any credit, have not profited, have not gained. We don't even know if they're alive. Nothing. It's just a void. And I think for some people, they need that leadership. They need someone to look up to because they just refuse to believe that they have full control of their own life. Um, you know, you need something or someone physical to look up to. Uh, it's hard to look up to something that isn't there or doesn't even exist. It doesn't reply, doesn't tweet out anything. Um, it doesn't make a blog. It's hard to do that because you're talking to yourself. You're wondering, are you talking to yourself or is there something out there? Hard to believe. Hard to believe. But anyways, um, I'm still a big Bitcoin believer, despite all these things falling apart. Many of my partners or the partnerships that I have fall apart, and that's just the nature of how things are. 90%, I would say 99% of any partnerships that you create end up in failure. That's just the way it is. Um, anyways, let's get back to Bitcoin and my scenario. I have been able to get Bitcoin. I kind of find it weird that my miner told me that a large miner mining farm is dropping out and it just happens that KNC Miner was filing bankruptcy and getting out of the mining rig business or mining Bitcoin business. And then you have another buyer that came in who was going to continue mining Bitcoins, buying out KNC Miner. And I find it weird that now my miner is telling me just a couple more weeks, everything will be back up and running. We'll be able to get coins again. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. All my other miners, same scenario. When it comes in very little, not as much as I want. But I have been able to get Bitcoins, and I'm fortunate that I have been when the price is lower than what it was before. So I'm grateful for that. And then what else? What else I was going to talk about? Oh, anyways, it's just kind of weird how it worked out. I couldn't get any Bitcoin. I couldn't do anything with Bitfinex. Bitfinex gets hacked. Can't even trade on Bitfinex. I can't even send Bitcoin, withdraw Bitcoin, send money, or withdraw money. I can only sell my Bitfinex coin. It seems weird, but at the same time, I didn't have any money or Bitcoin to send to them, so they didn't, really take anything from me other than $1. It's kind of weird how things work out. So, anyways, I just want. I don't do these things every day, but the message I really want to put out is still true, and I think it's even more true than ever as time goes on, as you'll see more of these altcoins start to flood the market, and it's really going to confuse. It's just going to mix everything up, in my opinion. But I'm going to warn people that you will be deceived. You will be deceived. You will be led astray for your Bitcoin. People will tell you to sell your Bitcoin to buy their coin. People will tell you to sell your Bitcoin to buy their token. Sell your Bitcoin for cash. Sell your Bitcoin, or give me your Bitcoin and I'll give you nothing. So you will be led astray. You will be deceived. You'll be led astray. And then finally, you will be killed for your Bitcoin. I still believe that. I think as time goes on, you're going to see more of this. The deception is already there. You will be deceived. The deception's already there. If you haven't already experienced getting scammed or someone basically defrauding you, lying to you, deception's already there. Being led astray is now beginning. You're all going to be led astray. All right, you will be led astray. You'll be led somewhere else. You'll be asked to let go of your Bitcoin for something else, and to be followed to a different path. Already happening, right? So the last thing, or the final thing, that you'll experience, and I hope you don't, is that you will all be killed for your Bitcoin. The only way they can get to your Bitcoin is if you reveal your private keys. And it's hard to do that because only you know where it is. Question is, are you going to give it up? Because you might be killed for your Bitcoin. And I still do believe in the future there will come a time and a place where you will be asked. I think you will be asked, how many Bitcoins do you have? I already been asked several times. And I definitely think in the future you'll be asked if you have one Bitcoin. I think in the future you will be asked if you have one Bitcoin. because the whole point of it was to have 21 million. Why would there be 21 million Bitcoin? Even though we can get an infinite amount of fractional Bitcoins, why would there be 21 million? And it's such a hard 21 million. And the number itself, 21, being a prime number. I don't know, I'm just getting voodoo hoodoo a little bit. Um, I do believe you will be asked in the future if you have one Bitcoin. I do believe it. To this day, I still have at least 5. One for me, one for my wife, 2 kids, and somebody else. Somebody else. Actually, I have a little bit more. I have more than 5. So it'll definitely be somebody else and maybe another person. Anyways, that concludes this episode. Um, Also, another note. California did have something going on. I think California had something going on where they're trying to get everyone to enroll into a cryptocurrency program or something like that. That's kind of dropped. That would mean everybody in the whole world who has money or Bitcoin would have to enroll in this program, which is kind of silly. Um, you know, if you own any rewards program, yeah, you would have to enroll into a digital currency program, even though the definition of digital currency doesn't apply to them. But all it would take is someone to just say, hey, I'm going to use Bitcoin as a rewards program. You're probably exempt from that little, you know, program that they made up. Anyways, that's the end of that. Anyway, let me conclude this episode. I am back in California, and so I'll be here for a while. I'll be traveling up and down the state, even out of state, into the state, around the state. Until next time, feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, or even do a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.